Welcome back again. I want us to engage in a certain conversation, and this conversation, I think, it's effective and it's good that we know, because for quite some time, black people have not been in good books with white people. White people consider black people in a certain way, and black people also consider white people in a certain way, and therefore all of us have not been in good books. Because many people say whites are racist. And it's true, because maybe in one way or the other, in different occasions, we've come across white people who are racist. Like, they're engaging in racist life when everybody's seeing and they don't care. Okay? And at some point, I've also come across black people who are racist. And they say that they're racist. They don't fear saying it. And when you ask a black person, why are you a racist? They will say, I'm a racist because whites are racist. And they've been resisting us for quite some time. And therefore, even if we try to be good, it doesn't change anything. So let's pay it, or let's take it the way they want us to take it. If this is what they want, if this is the language they can hear, let us speak in that language. Okay. But again, in this conversation I want us to engage today, white people for quite some time, they've seen black people as people who don't matter. So even if a black person tries or decides to say anything, or rather anything that comes out of a black person is not good, or rather anything that a black person tries to do is not good. If a black person tries to implement something, or rather say something, or rather do something, to a white person, it becomes some bullshit, okay? Or rather, when you try to implement something, or come up with a certain strategy to do something, they will start saying you hate them, or rather you're planning chaos, or rather you want to ruin peace, or rather something like that. And once upon a time, Jacob Zuma said this:
to tell you why I seem to be hating whites, if I remember you well. And I must tell you why today. I must answer the question. You insisted. Now, you are a South African. I warned you some time ago that let us not discuss the subject. It's better, in my view. Because it's a subject that touches serious issues in this country. I'm a child of the ANC. Despite my history, the ANC taught me non-racialism, that I must be never racist, and I will never be racist. But that does not mean I must not correct the wrongs that were done in South Africa. Otherwise, I would not have been a freedom fighter. Otherwise, I would not have been in the ANC with its correct policies to help. ANC says, let us deal with things to help unite the people of this country. Reconcile. Forget about the past. That's what I believe in. But there is a reality in South Africa that between us, there are those who robbed others of their own possessions and made it theirs, and left others to be poor. All I'm saying, let us correct that. Not by fighting. We fought many years ago. Not by fighting. By talking, and I've emphasized, even if when I say the land must be corrected, and I've emphasized very deliberately within the Constitution and the law. I've never said anything that makes people to want to fight. Within the Constitution and the law. Some time ago, I was asked, are you going to do it the Zimbabwean ways? I said, no, this is not Zimbabwe, it's South Africa. We're going to do it within the law, within the Constitution. I've gone further to say, if we think we don't have a solution within that ambit, we will discuss. If we think we need to change the law or amend the law or the constitution, it will come as a result of the discussion. Where is war there? Why do you think I hate the whites if I say so? You cannot have a situation where there are people who have got land, part of which they don't know what to do with, whilst other people have got absolutely not a single hectare. It must be corrected by the South Africans. What do I want the whites to do? Is to say, let us sit down and solve this problem and find an amicable situation wherein there will be no South African who has nothing when others have everything. That is the issue. And that is my position. That is the position of the African National Congress. It's as simple as that. You must look at the ANC as a very important organization that helped us to avert a calamity in this country by negotiating and saying, let us forget the past. That is absolutely true. If you think we need to discuss these matters, I think we are open to do so, with an aim to find a solution. We did not, for an example, want to stick to those points in the negotiation so that negotiations don't succeed. It was important to solve the political issues, but we have to solve the economic issues. We can't avoid it. Otherwise, I'll be dishonest. I'm not talking about myself, the Zumas, who suffered, who were removed from the great town, rich area across the Tugela River. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what can we do so that people can have, you know, I always say to let us not discuss it, but you love it. You love it to come here to say, Zuma, here's the whites. I don't. I've got whites who are my comrades that I trust. I've worked with them. I've been in the trenches with them. The whites. I've been commanded by the whites in the war for freedom. I can't have that. I'm a Democrat in the true sense of the word. And therefore to have no fear. And if at all there was anyone who says, let us kill the whites, I will be among those who will protect and fight to defend you. That's a reality as a South African. So don't misinterpret my intentions and the intentions of my organization. It's as clear as anything. We want all South Africans to benefit from the wealth of this country. All of them.
And my question, good people, is are black people bad? Or it's just hatred from the white people? Because according to me, my opinion is, I think white people for many times and for a long time, they want to make black people look like bad people. Like they want to make us feel like we are bad people. We are not worthy. Okay? And therefore, anything we try to do, they would try to paint it look like bad thing. Okay? I think a long time ago, when in the times of our ancestors and all that time, I think there was love among us black people. And I think black people are the kind of people who are created with a natural love, a natural respect, natural obedience, natural humanity, natural caring, natural concern. And I think black people are blessed people because our parents, we can observe or see from the times of our parents. When our parents used to, even at home, when we were just at home, our parents could just, how they used to welcome visitors at home, how they used to treat visitors, how they used to treat children from the neighbor, how they used to treat their friends, how they used to treat like other people, the kind of manners they used to teach us, the kind of lessons they used to teach us when we were still young, when we were growing. It can truly show that here in the land of Africa, we were kind of a people who had a certain super golden habits and character. But it came to a point when just one morning we woke up and we found out that Africans are being called people who are uncivilized, people who don't have manners, people who don't know what they are doing, people who are crazy, people who actually they love fighting, they love causing chaos and all that. One morning we just wake up and we find out that, hey, you know what? Africans are bad people. Okay? And our children kept growing up, and when they are coming up, they used to think white people are better than Africans. White people are better than black people. When they grew up, when they were growing up all this time, they used to know. Now, you see, I think white people are greater and they are better than black people. That is why when a white man comes and goes around the street of Nairobi, or rather a certain street there in the rural areas, back in the villages, you'll see children celebrating and clapping hands and singing, hey, hey, mzungu, 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 mzungu. It's like they've seen God. It's like they've seen someone who has just come from heaven. Because even from the villages right now, our children are being taught. They're being told how white people are better than black people. Like they're being taught, when you go to the United States of America, you're going to live a good life. You're going to have everything. When people want to give examples to children, so rather even in church, someone is coming in the church, he stands at the altar, it's time for testimonies, and then he says, or rather, he says, I went to America, God has blessed me, I was able to get to America. Yeah, you see, like I'm so happy because God helped me to go to America. I greeted a white person, I walked with a white person, I talked to a white person, I felt so good. I think it is just God who has helped me. Or pastor is praying for someone, and then this pastor is saying, you will be blessed, you will go to America, you will go to the US, you will see white people, you will walk with them, you will greet them. And then we are asking ourselves, so instead of you be praying for someone you will go to heaven, someone is being prayed to go to America. So my question comes, is America better than Africa? Is a white man better than a black man? And then the answer I give to myself is that white men always wanted this, and it is something that started a long time ago, when someone just come and tries to paint a bad picture on a certain person. And then you're sitting, you be like, I think black people are not better than white people. I think white people are better than black people. Okay? And so even when our children are growing up, they are growing up knowing, if the only way to succeed in this world is to go to America. If I can go to America, if I can fly to America, it will be a dream come true. You ask someone, what is your dream? My dream is to go to America, because children are growing up knowing America is the best place, is a better place for you to be. That America, when you get to America, it's like you're in heaven. In America, there is everything. And so, black people used to be good. A long time ago, before all this happened, we gave a hand of help. We opened a receiving hand. We opened a welcoming hand, and we told white men, now you can come to our land. You can come to our nations. You can come to our continent. They came. We used to treat them very well, welcoming them, giving them places to sleep. Okay? We treated them so well because they came to spread the gospel. And who doesn't like the gospel? Everybody likes the gospel. In fact, that time we were worshiping so much. That time was the real worship was seen, experienced in the times of our ancestors, because those people, if it's being in spirit, they were really in spirit. But because our ancestors were very good and they were so welcoming people, they had to welcome them. Told them, okay, now you need to come in. So they came in, and after coming in, They got there, they started doing what brought them there, because when they were coming to Africa, they knew very well this is what we're going to do, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3 things to make sure we have achieved 1, 2, 3 things. And when they were coming to Africa, they knew very well what they were coming from. But Africans, we were the only people who didn't know what these people were coming for. They were coming for something that we don't know, but they knew whatever they were coming for, and they knew we are going to sit down and make a good planning, and it's going to move so smoothly to an extent people may not even be able to understand what we are up to. And then after that, Africa turned, and Africans and black people turned to be bad people. Right now, everything bad, if everything bad wants to be demonstrated, it will be demonstrated as black. Like the black color is used everywhere. When you go to school and make a mistake, or rather you are so stubborn in school, they say you've entered into the black book of the head teacher. The black book. Okay? Dark is bad. Don't walk in darkness, in the dark, like everything that is black. You see, like, yeah? And sometimes I feel like black people were made to look bad. Like we were made to look like bad people. Anything we do, anything we say cannot be considered. It can never be taken serious. Even in a meeting, when a black person tries to raise a point or to give a point, he might be considered wrong, or rather people may not even take him serious because he's black. But when you're a white person and do something like that, people begin praising you, and you're like, we are going to follow this one, we're going to follow this one. That is why when a white president calls African presidents, they will go there, all of them, because a white president has called them. And we are really killing ourselves. And therefore, I want you to tell me, what do you think? Is it that black people, like white people, want black people to look like bad people always, all the times? That is why Jacob Zuma was saying he is trying to implement some things, and he doesn't have hate. I think, and I know this, that we didn't have this hatred. If it's about hating whites, black people have begun hating whites when now they were turned into monsters, because black people were good before they were turned into monsters. So even the hatred that is going through right now, it's because it happened and it was brought by the white people, and therefore we really need to address things like these ones. Stop these issues of making other people look like bad people, because it's not like that other time. It used to happen, and it used to happen because we didn't know. We were still sleeping, and maybe we had not woken up. We still didn't know what is happening. But right now, there's nobody who's a fool. Everybody have woken up, and all of them, they know what they are doing. They know what is bad. They know what is good. Right now, you cannot just mislead anybody. So this issue of painting other people look like bad people, you even lie to the kids, to white kids who are growing up. You're lying to them, making them know, or making them feel like black people are bad people. It should now stop. It should now stop, because Africans and black people are going to resist. Okay, they are going to resist. They're not going to sit down, because when white people came to Africa, they destroyed everything. They made Africans poor. They made Africans look the way they are looking like. Then they went ahead and began saying, these people are bad people, these people are illiterate, these people are uncivilized, these people, but you made them poor. You took everything that belongs to them and you went away. And therefore, the issues of black people, white people, making black people look like bad people, we need to get rid of that, and we need to, that's according to me, because right now, every black people, they know what is happening. Even those children who are growing, it's going to get to a point when they will know what is happening. And that is why if you go to a country like Burkina Faso, you'll find out that Captain Ibrahim Traore, he is focusing on children because those children are the tomorrow's generation. Like, he knows they're the pillars of that country. So he wants them to grow up with a certain understanding, with a certain knowledge, so that when they get to a certain extent, they will know this is how this happens this way, this happens this way. This is the culture of Africans, this is not the culture of Africans. These are the habits and the ways of black people. These are not the ways and the habits of black people. So the children in his country, he is nurturing them day by day, imposing them and exposing them in what he himself wants them to be exposed to. That is what he is doing. Okay? So let me know what you have to say in the comment section. I'll do my best to make sure I read and give a reply.